Our skin is the mirror of our soul. Our skin is our largest sensory organ. Our skin needs a healthy microbiome balance. This is regulated by its pH value, which protects the skin from pathogens, cold and ultraviolet rays. Sebamed protects your skin.
Bubbles and fluid coming out from the skin and then causes itching and other inflammation. It can affect anyone from newborn till the very elderly. It can lead to disturbed sleep, can lead to like a deficit in the work performance, in the day-to-day activities.
Hello dear friends, good evening. Welcome to today's episode of BMC Global Live Al Hilal Health World, Nothing But Lifestyle. Today we'll be discussing about eczema, a chronic skin condition that affects millions of people worldwide. And the doctor joining us today to discuss this subject is Dr. Mohilan Jagadeesan from Al Hilal Hospital, Manama Central. He is a specialist dermatologist with an experience of more than 14 years. So doctor, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So doctor, today our topic of discussion is eczema. So what exactly is eczema and how is it different from other skin conditions like psoriasis and dermatitis?
Eczema is a type of dermatitis. Dermatitis means just inflammation of skin, but eczema in particular is a type of dermatitis where there is exactly when it starts with like bubbles and fluid coming out from the skin and then causes itching and other inflammation. So that is the difference from psoriasis and other skin conditions. So eczema in general just means like boiling over of skin.
Now doctor, can you explain about the different types of eczema?
In general, eczema is of two types, exogenous and endogenous. That is where it originates from. Exogenous meaning from external sources and endogenous from internally affected skin. So the exogenous meaning like external factors like certain chemicals, certain like sunlight and something the patient comes into contact with. And so those are the things that cause like soaps, detergents, that all these can cause a type of eczema that is exogenous. Endogenous means like for example like atopic dermatitis, like people born with the atopic condition, they can develop this kind of eczema. Even dandruff is type of eczema, endogenous. And there are certain other instances when the eczema originates from internal factors, that is called endogenous eczema. So broadly we just classify according to the like source of the allergy.
Okay, external or
internal.
And how prevalent is eczema these days and who all are at risk?
Eczema is quite common. In fact, in our clinical practice, about 20 to 25% of patients are like presenting with eczema, one or the other type, and it can affect anyone from newborn till the very elderly. So any age, like a person of any age, can be vulnerable to eczema depending on like what they are exposed to or what they are already predisposed to.
Doctor, what are the common triggers that increase the symptoms of this condition?
Eczema can be triggered by a lot of things, but very commonly the weather, like dry weather, dehydration, coming into contact with the household allergens or allergens at the occupation. So many things can trigger it, but most importantly, like lifestyle, not using regular moisturizing of skin. So all that can precipitate or trigger eczema.
Now you mentioned about the lifestyle. How does stress, diet and lifestyle influence eczema? Can you make it more clear?
Okay, so stress and eczema, they go like stress can increase eczema, and eczema can be stressful, which in turn leads to a vicious cycle. So stress releases certain factors which can worsen eczema, and eczema in turn, due to the symptoms like profuse itching, can lead to disturbed sleep, can lead to like a deficit in the work performance, in the day-to-day activities. So that in turn turns more stressful, and that's how it keeps on going. So stress, definitely a very important factor in eczema. When it comes to diet, there are certain food substances that can trigger certain types of eczema, especially gluten, sugar, highly refined carbohydrates, processed foods. They can all trigger certain types of eczema, and there are certain diets which can help with eczema as well, like antioxidant foods and fruits, vegetables. All those can help reduce severity of eczema.
Doctor, is eczema hereditary?
Yes, as I said, especially atopic eczema is hereditary, and there are certain other eczemas as well which are easily elicitable in patients who are predisposed genetically to the triggers. Yeah.
And now the most important part, what are the common signs and symptoms that we should look forward to about this eczema?
Eczema commonly presents with the patient has severe itching and dryness over the area where it is involved. Initially can start with fluid coming out from the skin, then later on it could lead to peeling of the skin. So it presents in various stages, but the most common is the itching, which is very profuse and can disturb the day-to-day life.
Now can you explain about the treatment options available now for eczema?
The treatment of eczema depends mostly on the type of eczema, depending on whether it was exogenous or endogenous. Exogenous eczema, most commonly by avoiding the trigger factor, helps in relieving the patient of the symptoms. Apart from that, using moisturizers, emollients to help reduce the inflammation, and other topical creams, and if necessary even oral medicines can be used to reduce the severity. The same way, even endogenous eczema has various treatment options, starting from topical medicines till oral medications, and even injections are available. Right now, even latest treatment modalities with biological medicines are also available. Depending on the type of eczema, the patient's age, lifestyle, we have to choose what suits the patient most to give the best treatment option.
How does eczema affect a patient physically, emotionally, and socially?
So, as with any skin condition, like when the patient goes about in his workplace or at home with severe itching and he's seen scratching, that definitely leads to emotional setback where especially in social situations, very worried about their appearance at work and other places. So all that can further lead to emotional distress, and that further worsens eczema. So yes, that is definitely a very important thing to consider.
And the most important query, doctor, is this condition fully curable?
The patient who's just been diagnosed with eczema, we would advise them to take good care of their skin, keep it well hydrated, eat a good amount of vegetables and fruits, avoid triggers in case of exogenous eczema that can worsen the condition, and keep it well moisturized. That is a very important factor. Intense moisturizing and regular moisturizing helps avoid further inflammation, and use the medicines which we prescribe appropriately and regularly so that they can get cured of the presenting condition as early as possible, and follow the ways to avoid further recurrence.
Can you suggest some home remedies to ease the symptoms of eczema?
At home, patients with eczema usually tend to have dry skin, so they can avoid things that will dry the skin, like usually people tend to use a lot of soap thinking that they will clean the skin of the condition. They will try to use certain food or cosmetic products to make rid of the eczema, but in fact they can all worsen it. Soap, powders, food products, they can all aggravate the eczema. They can dry the skin more and make it worse. So the only thing at home that will definitely help are oils. Any kind of oil applied to the skin can help with the inflammation, especially oils used for cooking, because certain oils meant for hair, they tend to have perfumes and coloring, so that can again irritate the already inflamed skin. So preferably cooking oil usually won't have any of these preservatives or additives, so that would be helpful in relieving the symptoms of eczema. Patients can use it before taking a shower, after taking a shower, and keep it well moisturized before using the other moisturizers given to them, so that it can have some additive effect.
So viewers, whether you or someone you know are having some symptoms of eczema, I hope this episode is informative and gives you hope, support and knowledge. For more informative episodes, tune into BMC Global Live Al Hilal Health World every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Till we meet again in next episode with a new doctor and a new topic. This is Jasila Mujib signing off. Good night.
skin is the mirror of our soul. Our skin is our largest sensory organ. Our skin needs a healthy microbiome balance. This is regulated by its pH value, which protects the skin from pathogens, cold and ultraviolet rays. Sebamed protects your skin.